You're just a boy.
No,
Phone the school.
I'm just not over, Mum.
No, can I keep it? My mummy bought it me.
Boy. What would you rather
minimum
have?
wage
The pen topper or a punch in the face?
And I'm here to tell you a
son!
story about the lonely gingerbread
What about that Spice Kids
man.
pencil topper we next? Yes,
The
that's
lonely
it. Oh,
gingerbread
yeah,
man
yeah, that's it, son.
flies
Sticky
high
PV,
in the
stick 'em on,
sky.
wee hole.
On you, Spaz. Let's go.
With
You've
only
got nothing good.
hatred
I thought spastic got
as
good
the
shit because you
apple
were spastic
in
and
his
if you
eyes.
were children in need.
A hatred so severe it rots him to the bone. Why do I always get a fucking deck chair? Why can't I have a throne? About now, Mr. Gingerbread Man, don't you cry. Why have a throne down here? You have one in the sky.
I'm gonna tell you a story about a lad I knew. He was the same age as me. If he was still alive, he'd have just had his 35th birthday. But he's not still alive.
Fucking brag about it. I fucking shotgun coffee, eat dry porridge, and shit on the street. I got a high metabolism. I shit about 85 times a week. I loop guitars, because this is life in bars.
He was mentally retarded and subjected to endless ridicule.
Fucking case of having to, wasn't it? Jason, Tommy, Williamson has put the mod back into mod, and it's free of charge.
His name was Ben.
Alright, spastic, going home to knock your mum. Mike, do you know he knobs his mum?
What a dirty little bastard. What'd you do that for?
Do what?
Knob your mum, you fucking retard.
I don't think I do that.
Do what?
Well, you just said I do.
Do you know what we mean by knob your mum?
No.
Yeah, it means you stick your knob in your fucking mum, you retard.
I don't.
Yeah, you do, because she's a spastic too. Yes, spastic sex. Oh, yeah, that's it, son. Sticky pee-pee, stick 'em on wee hole. Oh.
What a dirty little bastard.
My name's Mike, and I'm one of the people who ridiculed him. Ben lived alone with his mum, and they both loved each other very much.
Hi, Ben.
The funny thing is, Ben's mum needed Ben as much as he needed her. You see, Ben's mum was terrified of leaving the house. She wouldn't go to the shops, she wouldn't post letters, she wouldn't even answer the door.
Oh, phone the school.
I just fell over, Mum.
We're friends with your son!
Needless to say, me and my mates had great fun ringing on the doorbell and peering through the letterbox.
Useless prick. I've done 3 albums in 8 months. I don't fucking brag about it. I like that bird down the fleece with the big eyes. The one with the scarlet hair.
So Ben had to go out for his mum.
What's it called, please?
He had to go to the shops, post the letters, and well, do everything else that involved leaving the house. The irony being, Ben was also terrified of leaving the house. And with good reason. He was frequently laughed at, picked on, and because he didn't understand the value of money, he was ripped off. When he left the house, he used to virtually break into a run, shuffling down the street at high speed with his head down to the ground.
Have you got nothing good? I thought spastic got good shit because you were spastics and because you were children in need. You got nothing good in here, mate.
No, it's a shame. It's mainly the cancer kids to get all the good shit.
Yeah, shame you haven't got cancer. Wait, nice pen topper. I think I'll have this.
No, can I keep it? My mummy bought it me.
Mummy.
Mummy! What would you rather have? The pen topper or a punch in the face?
Please, can I keep it?
Punch in the face it is then. I think I'll keep this too.
Ben and his mum were found dead on the 18th of November, 1986. They were in bed together. Ben's mum had leukemia. She didn't see a doctor, and it was only Ben who saw her slowly dying. When she eventually did die, Ben just lay next to her and waited for her to wake up. Nobody went to their funerals. Eventually, we all forgot they ever existed. Well, we found new people to talk about. The point is, it doesn't matter whether you believe this gossip or not. You still listen to it. I've told you a story, and you've drawn your own conclusions about all the people involved. Do you pity Ben and his mum? Do you hate me and their other tormentors?
Up outside the massage parlour, £15 entry fee. Joyce and 9 girls. I just grabbed on
Don't.
the nearest fucking one.
You don't know them. You only know the gossip.
But I'm allowed to fuck her up the shitter. Lonely shitters. Lonely East London shitters. I want some company.
Morning, sugar tits.
Right, treacle.
Where'd you get that lager from, mate?
Down there on the floor.
You can't drink that.
Why not?
It'll be flat.
So?
It'll taste like shit.
Well, it tastes alright. Anyway, I need this. My head's banging from last night. Hair of the dog and everything. That's the only way forward.
Actually, do you know what? You got a point there. Here, give us some.
Get off. Get your own. Go on. Try those down there on the floor.
Hey. Found a winner.
Oh, fuck. This has got a fag butt in it. Actually, this doesn't even taste like lager.
Oh, fuck! This is piss. I mean, literally, this is piss. One of us must have pissed in this can.
I did that.
You fucking twat. Here, give us your fucking lager.
Get off, you fat bastard!
Give us your fucking lager, or I'm going to tip this can of piss.
Alright, just get off me, you weigh a fucking ton!
You nearly broke my ribs. You've put on weight, mate. You're getting fat.
Look who's talking, you chuffer.
I've always been a chuffer. You, on the other hand, used to be slim, but look at you now. Your belly's hanging over your trousers like some saggy old man. You want to get out, mate. Get some sport.
Get some sport? Are you telling me to do sport? The man who watches the Stanley Stairlift ads and tries to work out if he can afford the monthly payments.
Look, I think we were talking about you, actually.
We're not talking about me. You're talking about me. This is Dave. He's my flatmate. Now, I've known Dave for as long as I can remember. Nobody knows me better than Dave does. And nobody knows Dave better than me. We're both unemployed.
We both choose to be unemployed. We just don't like working. You see, when we were younger, a mate of ours went loopy and he chopped all his fingers off. He didn't think they were his. I don't know whose he thought they were, but he didn't think they were his. Anyway, we didn't see him for a while after that. And then one day, he just turns up in our local pub.
All right, Mike. All right, Dave.
Fuck me. You're right, Tom. I haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fucking hell, attach some blades to them and you'll be Edward Scissorhands. Butt shit crazy, brother.
Do those things work all right, then?
Not as good as real ones.
Yeah. Wasn't the best plan to cut those fuckers off, was it?
I wasn't well at the time.
Yeah, I don't think you're in Tom's happy place at the time.
No.
No. I would invite you to stay for a few drinks, mate, but after this pint, we're both officially skint, aren't we? So we better get going home.
I'll buy you some drinks if you want.
No, you're all right, mate. I wouldn't want to take your money off you.
No, I got plenty.
How come?
When I was in hospital, I didn't have a chance to spend my benefits, so I've got quite a bit in the bank.
Still, though, mate, can't be much. What is it nowadays? About 54 quid a week spends?
I'll get more than that, because I'm on incapacity benefit, not job seekers, because I can't work.
Hey, I can't work either. I should get some of that.
Yeah. Does that mean when you go and sign on, you don't even need to have to fake you've done a job search?
I don't need to sign on.
Fucking hell, Tom. You've got the golden ticket, mate. Why didn't I know about this? I should be on this incapable to work benefit thingy.
Capacity benefit.
That's the one.
Let's do it, mate. Fucking hell, mate. You stink of shit.
Well, I would do, because I'm covered in shit.
Why are you covered in shit?
Because I'm going shopping.
Oh, well. Yeah, well, obviously you naked and covered in shit if you're gonna go shopping.
Well, I've got to look mentally ill, haven't I, so I can get that incapable benefit thing.
Well, you see, what I was going to do is I was just gonna go to my doctor and say I'd been so depressed I couldn't get out of bed for a week. But yeah, that should do it.
Well, I just thought better safe than sorry.
Nothing will close that damn dog's eyes. He knocked his mouth and intensified. Let me down right. Let me down right.
Dave's now officially schizophrenic and I'm a manic depressive. It turns out that being lazy gits is remarkably similar to the symptoms of mental illness. The difficulty in getting out of bed, the lack of concentration, finding simple tasks hard to complete. In fact, Dave's decided he might actually be schizophrenic. Well, at least some form of it without the auditory or visual hallucinations.
What time's this Mr. Martin bod coming around then?
Dunno.
Are you sure you don't know him?
No, I'm not sure. That's the point. Last night's a complete blur to me.
Well, last week's a complete blur to me.
Well, exactly. I mean, from the phone call, it sounded like you knew both of us.
Mr. Martin. Hey, he could be a gangster. Maybe we owe him money. Yeah. You remember when that Boris bloke came round with 2 bags of hash, said we'd ordered it? Well, Mr. Martin could come round with 2 kilos of heroin and say, right, You owe me 20 grand, and if you don't pay up, I'm going to send some of my gooners round to kneecap you.
Why would we order 2 kilos of heroin? We're not smackheads. You remember, right? I ordered that hash, yeah? We paid, 100 quid for it. Made double that back and got stoned for a month for free.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Could still be a gangster, though. I mean, why would you invite a complete stranger round to the flat anyway?
I didn't want to seem rude.
Rude?
Yeah.
What, you didn't want to offend the gangster's sensibilities?
He's not a gangster. He sounded alright. Anyway, besides, for all you know, he might have been buying us drinks all last night. So I can't tell him not to come round my flat. I mean, might as well be telling me he's a twat and no mate of mine.
Well, that really would be stupid, wouldn't it? You don't go around calling gangsters twats. That's a surefire way to get yourself shot.
Are you watching this shit, really?
Yeah.
We need to eat something, mate. Let's turn this crap off. Now, I knew this Mr. Martin wasn't a gangster. But you know what? Dave did have a point. I mean, he could be anyone. And the fact he called himself Mister is unnerving. We don't know any misters. Oh, except for our old teachers from school. But I doubt any of them would want to call in to see us. You know, the trouble with mine and Dave's lifestyle is it's full of the unexpected. You know, it's not unusual for us to wake up and have no memory of the end of the previous evening. When we walk into a pub, we never know who we know. So everyone we talk to, we just call me.
You alright, mate?
You alright, mate?
You alright, mate?
Alright, mate.
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. You alright, mate? Yeah, I'm alright, mate. You alright, mate?
Alright, mate.
Yeah, I'm alright, mate.
I don't have a clue who the fuck these people are. But you know what? In every pub in the country, you see people wandering around going, "Alright, mate," to everyone they see. That's why some pubs seem so friendly. Full of people treating you like you might have been buying them drinks all through the end of the previous evening. Alright, Trace. Get by a special brew, please.
Fucking gangsters here! Don't fucking answer it!
Alright, mate. Mr. Martin? Looking at him, you'd guess he was a bank manager. Dark grey suit, specs, briefcase, full bank manager regalia. Yeah, this way, mate, just at the top of the stairs.
Hey, time.
Albeit a bank manager from the movies. Real bank managers don't look this much like bank managers.
What? Cheeky Wally.
Dave?
Should we get down to business? Where is David? I feel he should be here for this. Oh, I trust you implicitly, of course. I just feel he should witness the money being handed over.
Right, yeah. Dave? Mr. Martin's here.
Mr. Martin?
Yep, Mr. Martin.
Coming!
Birmingham. That's where the punk keeps worming them. We better get back down to Birmingham. That's where the punk keeps worming them. Cheeky Wally. What? Cheeky Wally.
Sorry, I was, out the back there. Just taking a shit.
What?
Hello, David. I wanted you to see the money. Oh, I'm sure you trust Michael infinitely, but mistakes can be made. As long as you're both here, you'll both know how much money I've handed over to you. Well, I see no reason in delaying this any further. Here in this briefcase is £10,000. Please feel free to check it. I can assure you it is all there. I will give you the other 10,000 on completion of your assignment. I will take my leave now. I'm sure you both have many things to arrange. Oh, may I congratulate you on your choice of venue. No one would ever suspect. Clever. Goodbye, Michael. Goodbye, David.
It's gonna turn into a big knock. Then the fucking
I don't know what Dave was thinking, but in my head, I was going, 10,000 quid, 10,000 quid, 10,000 quid.
10,000 quid.
I guess Dave was thinking the same thing as me.
Mate, 10,000 quid.
I know, but can we keep it?
Well, of course we can keep it. He said it was ours.
I know he did, but he also said we had an assignment to do.
Yeah, but we don't know what the assignment is.
I know that's the point.
What do you mean?
Well, we don't know what he expects us to do for this cash.
Well, why didn't you ask him?
I don't know, why didn't you ask him?
What? A random bloke gives me 10,000 quid. My brain was on the blink a bit after that.
As you can imagine, this matter needed further discussion. So we went to the pub.
We can't just keep the fucking money, he might be a gangster.
You said he wasn't a fucking gangster.
Yeah, but that was before he handed us a caseload of cash.
Just because he handed us a caseload of cash, it doesn't mean to say that he's a gangster.
Well, who is he then?
I don't know.
Exactly. Could be anyone. Might be expecting us to smuggle a kilo of smack out of Turkey. I mean, the guy's expecting us to do something for this money.
True.
Your turn to get around it.
I can't, mate. I'm skinned.
Shit, so am I.
We could just take some from the case.
Yeah, I suppose we could borrow a few quid from it, couldn't we? I mean, we just need to make sure we replace it, when we cash our gyros.
Yeah, of course we can.
We just need to make sure we don't borrow too much, say, 20 quid or so, yeah?
20 quid. Each.
Yeah, 20 quid. Actually, do you know what? Maybe 40. Because I can afford to pay back 40 from my next gyro.
Yeah, I can too. Yeah. 40 quid. Each.
Right, get around in, mate. After this conversation, we went from keeping the money to returning the money to keeping the money and back to returning the money. I mean, obviously we finally made the right decision and decided to keep the money. The plan was to tell Mr. Martin that his task was in hand. I mean, we knew eventually he'd realise we were never going to do his task, but in that eventuality, we were just going to own up to being a bit shit. Besides, a man with this much money to hand surely wasn't going to miss it too much. And Dave, having now seen Mr. Martin, reckoned he could take him in a fight, if he got so annoyed. I also pointed out to Dave, any man that would employ us probably wouldn't be able to get the best of heavies. So we decided our bones were safe. No reason not to keep the money. Let's roll on the good times. Mate, we can do what we want. We can drink what we want, eat what we want, take holidays when we want, right? And do all the things we've ever wanted to do but never been able to afford. So what should we do, mate?
Hello, Terry. Yeah, mate, I'd like to order a takeaway, yeah? Yeah, can we get a couple of ounces of skunk?
70s, 80s, 80s, yeah? Oh, fuck it, you only live once. A couple of rocks of crack, yeah? Yeah, mate, I'll end up... Yeah, a couple of large doner kebabs and chips, yeah? No, mate, we need it delivered. Yeah, with the King's Arms. See you later, mate. Ta.
Cheers, Terry. Dave?
Yeah.
Are you asleep behind the seat?
Yeah, leave me alone.
How's your head?
How do you think?
Like shit.
Obviously.
Hey, do you fancy going out for a hair of the dog?
Ugh.
No. Ugh. I need to get some sympathy from a blonde woman with massive tits.
Yeah, but you don't get sympathy for hangovers, mate. Self-inflicted.
Yeah. Yeah. You should get sympathy for hangovers that are self-inflicted. I mean, other self-inflicted things get sympathy. You don't hear people talking about Christopher Reeve, that Superman bloke, saying, yeah, I'm glad you're crippled. I'm glad you died. Your fucking fault for getting on the horse in the first place. Self-inflicted. And you don't hear doctors saying to smokers, guess what you've got? Lung cancer. Self-inflicted. And you don't hear them say to Mr. Promiscuous, well, guess what you've got now, buddy boy? The AIDS. Well, self-inflicted.
Oh, true. You know what, though? We ought to do more with our money than just go out drinking.
Like what?
I don't know. You know, something exciting like whitewater rafting or driving a racing car.
I'm game.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't we go down the pub, get some breakfast, have a couple of beers, and then maybe we can write a to-do list. Maybe we could do a couple of them by the end of the week.
Yeah. All right, then. Let's do it. Get your coat.
Oh God, why am I doing this? This isn't fun. This is terror. Sheer terror. This is Mr. Martin's fault. I can hear him laughing at me now. Wait a minute. Mr. Martin. I bet he planned this. This could just be all one big practical joke. I bet he's a TV executive. And we're on his new reality TV show. He gave us the money, and he's filming what we're doing with it. A cheap piece of Saturday night TV called Laugh at the Drunks. Well, if I die, I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue him for all he's worth. Do you hear that, Mr. Martin? Do you hear that? Wait a minute. Oh, shit. I was meant to pull the cord on the count of 10. I survived my parachute jump, and I learnt a very good lesson. Don't jump from fucking planes. Besides, I already indulge in an extreme sport. It's called drinking. Drinking's probably the most extreme sport there is. I mean, after all, it will kill you and there's no maybe about it, so I can hold my head up high as a brave man. Dave actually enjoyed his jump. Although he was jealous of the fact he didn't dare leave it for as long as me to pull his ripcord. Yeah, didn't feel it necessary to tell him the truth. Anyway, over the following month, we continued to spend ludicrous amounts of money, and we... Actually, you know what? At this point, I would like to make you aware that, I know how ridiculous this story sounds. I mean, it does sound far-fetched. You know, if someone else told it to me, I wouldn't believe it. I told you how my life's full of the unexpected. Well, so is every other big drinker's. We all miss great chunks of our lives, and I've probably missed great chunks out of this story. I knew when Mr. Martin handed me that money, you know, that's not something that just happens. People with £10,000 don't just go around handing it over to pissheads. I knew there was going to be repercussions. I just didn't care. I was pissed. Right, where was I? Oh yeah. Over the following month, we continued to spend ludicrous amounts of money, and I didn't hear a single word from Mr. Martin. What are you doing, Dave?
Hiding.
Hiding? Who from?
Mr. Martin.
He's not here, mate. You're seeing things, mate. Have you been on the mushrooms again?
I don't mean he's in the flat. I mean, I just saw him out the window.
Did you?
Yes. Go on, check for yourself.
Alright, I'll go and have a look. But I know what you've seen. Well, you've probably seen someone wearing a similar suit, but... Jesus Christ!
You're right. He's out there.
I told you.
What's he doing?
How the fuck should I know?
He must be checking up on how his task is going.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if he wants to know how his task is going, why hasn't he just rung us and asked us?
'Cause we'd lie.
Yeah, that's true. But he doesn't know that.
Well, if he is checking up on us, he He must know that we've done fuck all.
Yeah. Suppose he must.
He must be well pissed off.
Yeah, you'd have thought so.
Hey, maybe he's waiting for his heavies to turn up.
Do you reckon?
Well, yeah, could be.
You should go and talk to him.
Fuck off. I'm not going to go and talk to him. You should go and talk to him.
What would I say?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, you should go and fucking talk to him because it was your fucking idea in the first place.
Yeah. Second thoughts. Shit idea. Let's just hide, yeah? And if the heavies do get here and they try and break in, we'll just jump out the window and leg it as fast as we can to the pub.
Yeah. Hey, we could just run now.
Yeah, that's true.
Out the window, down the fire escape, cross the road, straight to the pub.
Yeah. We could just use the door.
Door. Yeah. Through the door, down the fire escape, across the road, straight to the pub.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it on three, yeah?
Yeah. 1, 2. Have you got the keys?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Shit, right! Fucking.
I forgot my wallet. And you know, Barry no longer lets us have a tab, so, you know, what can I do? Right, where was I? Oh, yeah. Things were now getting pretty weird. I spotted Mr. Martin again the next day. I saw him again.
Who?
Mr. Martin.
Where?
Outside the flat.
No way, really? That's twice in 2 days. What's he up to?
I don't know.
Well, he hasn't done anything, though.
He must just be checking up on how his task is going.
Yeah. Yeah, but we haven't done fuck all. We don't even know what the task is.
If the task is to get absolutely hammered, they'll think we're doing a damn good job.
True. Yeah, but mate, don't you think it's getting a bit weird? I mean, like we're being set up for something.
I don't know, mate. Since we got the money, I've been getting so shit-faced. I haven't been sober enough to think about it.
Yeah. Maybe we should sober up. I mean, I keep thinking I'm seeing Mr. Martin everywhere. I start to run away and then I turn around and just see that it's some bloke with a suit wearing specs.
Same here. Actually, do you know what, though? He might just be being a bit paranoid. Maybe every time we see him, we haven't seen him at all. It's just someone wearing similar clothes and with a similar build.
Yeah, could be.
Anyway, you know what? We might as well stay pissed. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it now. We spent most of the money, we can't give it back.
That's true. Yeah, if the shit hits the fan, rather be pissed than sober.
I'll drink to that. Go and get us both a couple of double whiskies here, eh?
Yeah.
Over the following week, we both kept thinking we'd seen Mr. Martin everywhere. I think deep down, we both knew he probably was checking up on us. I mean, it would be strange for him not to be. You don't give money to someone to do something and then just not check that they're doing it. What we didn't want to think about is what he was going to do to us when he realised we hadn't done and weren't going to do his task. I mean, it was surely not going to take him long to realise we're just a couple of drunken bums. I mean, it would take me, what, a couple of minutes of watching me and Dave to realise the job wasn't going to get done? It was also quite clear, though, that a lot of the times we thought we'd seen him, we hadn't seen him at all. We were just being a bit paranoid.
For example, last time Dave thought he saw him, it was through our neighbour's window, dressed in a pinny, doing the dishes. When I pointed out to Dave that it was probably unlikely that Mr. Martin was spying on us, pretending to be our neighbour, dressed in a pinny, doing the dishes, he did concede it was probably more likely that what he saw was our neighbour, dressed in a pinny, doing the dishes. None of these events, however, were as strange as what happened to us at the end of the week.
What are you giggling at?
Oh dear, mate. I had this wicked dream last night.
Why, what happened?
So, I dreamt, yeah, that Mr. Martin, yeah, he came in last night and put eggs in our fridge and then tucked us up in bed.
Tucked us up in bed. That's nice of him.
I thought so.
We had eggs in our fridge this morning. Did you put them in there?
No. Not that I can remember.
Maybe it wasn't a dream.
Maybe this Mr. Martin's some sort of food fairy.
I don't know why he is, mate. But we both keep thinking we're seeing him everywhere. It's not good, mate.
Yeah. Tell you what's not good, mate. I think we're drinking too much.
Yeah. I think you may be right.
Shall we, knock it on the head?
Yeah, knock it on the head for a bit.
Yeah.
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 You know, I like what you've done on the wall over there, mate.
All right. Yeah, long live boobs.
I like the fact you've done the boobs in a different colour.
I like boobs.
Yeah, I like boobs.
Do you think off licences deliver?
I doubt it. Why have we run out of booze?
Yeah, nearly. I think office should deliver.
Yeah. Should.
Do you want to Put the TV on?
It's on already.
All right. What are you watching?
Don't know. Not been following it. As you can imagine, this came as quite a shock. However, mine and Dave's reaction is probably not what you'd expect.
Wait here.
We both started giggling. It wasn't because we found the situation particularly humorous, but we did find it very surreal. It was also a bit like those situations at school. Do you know, when a teacher's shouting at you and you can't help but giggle, and that then makes them even more angry, which in turn makes you want to giggle even more? Needless to say, we didn't make ourselves particularly popular with this copper. In the police car, I had a chance to think about the situation, and the only conclusion I could draw is that it had something to do with Mr. Martin.
You know exactly what this is all about.
What part do you mind telling me what this is all about? Makes you think I know exactly what this is all about.
You think you're clever, don't you, Mike?
I'm just giving an honest response to the random cop cliches you keep spouting.
You know what?
What?
You're not as clever as you think.
Here we go with the clever business again. I mean, I must be missing something here, because as far as I'm concerned, I've yet to refer to myself as the next Einstein.
You can pretend all you like, but I know that you know what I'm talking about.
Have you ever noticed how coppers have a habit of repeating themselves? It's the same with teachers and parents. If they think you've done something wrong, they'll just keep repeating the same questions over and over again.
I'll ask you again, and I want you to think very carefully about how you answer. Did you eat the chocolate cake?
No.
I want you to know that I know the truth, and I've told you how important it is to be honest. Now, did you eat the chocolate cake? Didn't I tell you how important it is to be honest? If you don't tell me the truth, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Did you eat the chocolate cake?
I think Mary did.
It doesn't matter how you answer these questions. Unless you say what they want you to say, they'll just keep repeating them. After a while, you just zone out. And all you hear is
blah, 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 blah.
Mike! Does he think I'm some sort of a cunt?
Do you think he's some sort of a cunt? 'Cause he's not. He doesn't look like a cunt. He doesn't sound like a cunt. And he definitely doesn't smell like a cunt. So stop treating him like a cunt. Cunt.
Yes, thank you, PC,
Thacker, I've brought you coffee before. You said you liked it. It was your favourite. I had lunch at your table yesterday. You had sausage, eggs, chips and beans, and a tea with 3 sugars. I took your plate away for you.
Yes, can you hand me the photograph, PC Thacker? Do you recognize this man?
no.
So you don't know him?
No.
Take a closer look. You sure you don't recognize this man?
Nope. No, never seen him before in my life.
Do you know a Mr. Daniel Peter Martin?
I don't know.
What do you mean by, I don't know?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know a couple of Dans, I know a Daniel, I know a Pete, and a Peter, and even a Mr. Martin. But I don't know any of these people by their full names, so for all I know, any one of them could be Mr. Daniel Peter Martin.
What was this doing in your flat? For the tape, I'm showing the suspect a black, leather-bound briefcase.
Somebody gave it to me.
Who gave it to you?
A guy called himself Mr. Martin.
Mr. Daniel Peter Martin.
I don't know. I've already told you I don't know his full name.
We already know that this briefcase originally belonged to Mr. Daniel Peter Martin.
Then yes, I guess it was a Mr. Daniel Peter Martin.
The man in the picture I showed you?
No! I've never seen the guy in the picture before in my life. I've already told you that. It turns out that the guy in the picture, Mr. Daniel Peter Martin, was supposed to have killed himself over some terrible crime he committed. He was a bank manager whose wife was having an affair, so he decided to have her killed. So he went to a pub he'd heard was a haunt for local criminals and was pointed in mine and Dave's direction.
There's a man over there with yellow in his hair. He thinks he's...
Hi. Could you tell me who are the most dangerous, despicable and downright disturbed people in this bar of disrepute?
Oh, yes. That would be Mad Mike McNutter and Dirty Dave McFucker.
They're over there.
Vulcan Death Grip! I'm gonna burn his clock card! I don't give a shit! I tried to get...
You Mad Mike McNutter and Dirty Dave McFucker?
That be us. The dirtiest of the dirtiest bastards in the whole of Dirty Bastard Town.
Good. I want you to kill my wife. I'll give you £10,000 as a down payment. Give me your number, we'll arrange a meeting.
Consider the old bitch dead.
After our meeting, his wife disappeared, and he became so overwhelmed with guilt, he wrote a complete confession down in a suicide note and killed himself.
I realised I was being set up. So I told PC Plod here the full story. I told him everything. I told him in detail what Mr. Martin looked like and sounded like. Look, mate, it's not unusual for me to meet people and not have a clue who they are, yet they seem to know me. I even told him our reasoning behind keeping the money. And I think he might have smiled. Although, that could have been wind. In fact, I was very pleased with the way I told the story. I thought I was really entertaining and informative. I mean, I could have asked for a better audience, but hey, you can't ask for everything. So I sat there, very pleased with myself. I mean, after all, who can make up such a detailed story on the spot? And Dave's was going to back mine up. I had no idea that a bombshell was about to land.
Excuse me, DC White?
Yes?
Detective Briggs says he's got something very interesting to tell you.
Right. Let's go see.
He doesn't like you.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
I don't like you.
Oh, that's a shame. I really thought I was in there.
I think you're a cunt.
You're really such a charmer, aren't you? You know what? I'm surprised Detective White hasn't succumbed to your advances.
Shut up, cunt.
Do you know what it might be? It might be your repeated use of the C word. I think he likes, the more ladylike sort of woman. More of the primary school teacher type. The exact opposite to you.
Shut up. You know nothing about me. You...
Cunt, I believe is the word you're looking for.
I think someone's been lying to me.
Yeah, they have. Look, I told you it's a setup. You need to find my Mr. Martin bod.
Mr. Martin's dead, son. It's you that's been lying to me.
What?
I've just heard something very interesting.
Look, just go and ask Dave what happened. He'll back my story up.
Don't worry. We have been talking to him. Very interesting it was too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. Let's start with mental illness.
Mental illness?
Do you suffer from bipolar disorder? Manic depression?
Yeah, right now I'm very depressed.
Your friend Dave, he told us straight away about his schizophrenia.
What?
Quite a state. Panic attacks. Doesn't quite know where he is. We had to get his doctor, social worker.
Did you?
Which makes me wonder why you're not upset. You don't tell us about your condition. You don't ask for a doctor, social worker. You don't even ask for a solicitor. In fact, you seem very calm. Very calm indeed.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a crazy man to me, mate. Look, I don't know what you're getting at, but I do know you're not a doctor. You can't judge my mental state. Some people can be seriously mentally ill and show no signs of it. Anyway, this is your new piece of evidence on the case. I don't see what it's got to do with anything. I was now getting very agitated. I mean, I wasn't worried about going down for a murder I didn't commit. But I was worried about losing my benefits. I was also surprised by how clever Dave had been. Never thought about pulling the mentally ill card. I mean, if I'd done that, they might have let me go within an hour. The reason I didn't think about telling them I'm mentally ill is, well, because I'm not. Although I know some people who'd argue that I am. Anyway, at this point in the interview, I still thought I'd be home by tea time. I was wrong. I was wrong about a lot of things.
Your friend Dave recognized Mr. Daniel Peter Martin?
Pardon?
I showed him the same photograph I showed you. Recognized him straight away.
What?
He said he was the man that gave you the briefcase.
You can't have, you're lying.
He did.
No, he didn't. I know you're lying. Dave won't have said that because it's not true. Dave won't have said that guy's the one who gave us the briefcase. Because he's not.
Oh, believe me, Mike. That's what he said.
Why would he put himself in the frame for murder?
He told us everything. He told us how you were hired to kill Mrs. Martin. And he told us that you did.
Look, you can stop playing this game with me, mate. It's not working.
It's no game, Mike. Like I said, he told us everything. That you planned the whole thing. That he didn't want to be involved, that you manipulated him, took advantage of his illness. Yes. Admit it, Mike. You did it. We have the weapon you used to kill Mrs. Martin. Your fingerprints are all over it. The wrench, Mike. We have the wrench.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do, son. Give up. We've got way too much evidence. You can't talk your way out of this one. You don't even have your old friend Dave to back you up. That poor sick lad's well out of your clutches.
Look, I'm not going to talk anymore unless I get proof that Dave has said those things.
Oh, I think that can be easily arranged. I think you might recognize this voice.
I wasn't well at the time. Mike knew that. I didn't know he was going to kill anyone. I suffer from a mental illness. I was on medication. I was drinking a lot. I get confused. I thought I dreamt it all. At the time, I didn't think anyone existed. It's part of my illness. I thought Mike was just a figment of my imagination. Mike knew I wasn't right in the head. He made out it was just a bit of a laugh. He made me do it. We did it. We killed her. I didn't think it was real. Her, the wrench. None of it seemed real. Mike wouldn't stop hitting her. Even when she stopped moving, he just kept on punching her. Look, I need to go back to hospital. I need to see my doctor. I don't know what's going on. Look, Mike was the one that spoke to Mr. Martin. He was the one that invited him in. I didn't know who he was. Look, I'm not all there. One minute I was parachute jumping, and the next minute I was surrounded by police. He must have known I wasn't really there. I was laughing when the police came in. Look, I'm sorry for what we've done. I didn't think we'd murdered any real person. I thought I was dead, that I didn't exist, that Mike just sort of brought me along with him. I really don't know what's going on. Look, ask him. He's the one in charge, he knows. Look, I just need to go back to the doctors. I don't know what's real and what isn't. Honestly, that's the truth. Look, if you just stop this happening, I'll tell you everything, I promise. I promise. My name's not Mike, it's Dave. Dave. Dave.
What was going on? And Dave had some kind of nervous breakdown. Had he really turned schizophrenic? I couldn't think straight. I mean, more than anything, I was hurt. My best mate had turned against me, blaming me for a murder that I hadn't done. But that wasn't what hurt me the most, no. What hurt me the most was Dave saying that I was manipulating him, that I was an abuser and not a mate. Felt sick to the gut. I knew it wasn't Dave who'd set me up, it was Mr. Martin. My fingerprints, they were found on lots of incriminating evidence.
Look, it'd be quite easy to get hold of my prints. I mean, I go out every evening, I talk to numerous people. All you need to do is hand me something. I mean, I'd have no memory of that the next day. I mean, far more memorable and strange events happen in my life.
What I didn't know is, why had they done it to me? Why did Mr. Martin want to set me up? I mean, I've never harmed anyone. Well, okay, I might have been a little cruel as a child, but as a rule, most kids are horrible.
Come on, Mike. Just tell the truth.
The truth.
It'll save us all a hell of a lot of trouble.
All right.
Good lad.
My name's Mike. I'm 35 years old. And I'm a drunk and I live on benefits. Got a phone call one day from a guy called himself Mr. Martin. I didn't know who he was, but he seemed to know me, and I'd spent the previous week on a complete bender and I had very little memory of it. And I thought, fuck it, the guy on the phone sounds nice enough, so I let him come round to my flat. The next thing I know, he's come round and he's got this briefcase with cash in it. Says it's £10,000, says it's for a task, doesn't give me chance to find out what the task is. He leaves us with the money and we then think, fuck it, and start spending the money. And the next thing I know, you guys have burst into my flat, and that's the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
This is getting us nowhere. Let's wrap for the day.
I had no way of proving my story was true. And as far as the police were concerned, I was guilty. They had their evidence, so they took me to court.
Well, put the TV on.
It's on already.
All right. What are you watching?
Don't know. Not been following it.
As you can imagine, this came as quite a shock. But then mine and Mike's reaction to it wasn't exactly what you'd expect. We started giggling. Not because we found the situation particularly amusing, but, I mean, it was surreal. It was like that time at school when a teacher starts shouting at you and you start giggling. That makes them even angrier and you giggle even more. Well, needless to say, we weren't really on the good side of this copper. While we were in the police car, I had a chance to think about this situation, and the only conclusion that I could come to was that it had something to do with Mr. Martin. What I didn't know was that was the last time I was ever going to see Mike again. When the police car turned up, I saw him get bundled out and dragged through the door, and then our engine started up again and we drove away. I turned to the bloke next to me and said, "Where are we going?" And he said, "The hospital." I said, "The hospital? What are we going to the hospital for?" He said, "Well, doctor will explain everything there."
The nurse tells me you don't want to come to the consultation room. It would be more private.
Well, I don't really know why I'm here. I don't need to see a doctor, I just want to go home. I'm absolutely fine.
You're mad. I'm mad too. Ask her for lorazepam. I like lorazepam. It's like booze. Can we have some lorazepam, doctor?
We'll discuss it next time I see you, Frank.
She wants to keep it all for herself. It's not fair. She's not even mad.
If you come to the consultation room, I'll tell you why you're here.
You can tell me why I'm here.
All right? May I have a seat?
Yeah, if you want. Okay then.
Why am I here?
Why don't you tell me why you think you're here?
Is it about the money?
What money?
The money that we took from Mr. Martin.
Who's Mr. Martin?
Well, I don't know exactly who he is. He's just some bloke that gave me and Mike some money.
So he's someone you don't know who gave you some money?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I'm not following you.
Not sure if you've ever had any dealings with psychiatric doctors, but if you have, they are the most annoying people in the world. They never answer any questions, they just respond with one of their own. Don't know if they're taught to do that, but how can it be in their patient's best interest to really get on their tits? I just want to know what I'm doing here and what I've supposed to have done wrong.
Who's saying you've done anything wrong?
Well, you are.
I am?
Yes.
How am I saying you've done something wrong?
By having me arrested.
When?
What?
When were you arrested?
Yesterday. Are you trying to drive me fucking crazy? You had me arrested yesterday.
Calm down. Nobody's trying to do anything. And you haven't been arrested. You were merely escorted here by the police.
Woo, 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 woo. All right then, why was I merely escorted here by the police?
So we can help you.
Help me do what?
Help you to get better.
Well, that's very kind of you, but I assure you I'm fine. I just want to go home.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. You're not very well at the moment. We're all worried about you.
Who's we?
Myself, the other doctors here, the nurses who visit you, your social worker.
And me. I'm worried about you. You're mad.
Well, look, you needn't have worried. I assure you, I'm fine.
We're not so sure you are.
Why?
'Cause you're mad.
You've been showing some worrying behaviour.
What worrying behaviour?
You're rarely at home when we visit, and when you are, you're always drunk.
Well, there's no law against being drunk, is there?
No, there's no law against it. But as I say, we're just worried about you. But one of the conditions of you staying in the flat and keeping your benefits is that you have to be in for your visits.
All right, so I did miss a few visits, but look, I'm perfectly sane.
You have to realise that when a person with schizophrenia shows erratic behavioural changes, it's our duty to find out why. It's all right to go out drinking. You can even parachute jump. But it seems to us that you're purposely trying to endanger your life. We're not even sure you know what you're doing for most of the time.
It suddenly struck me that the doctor here could be trying to stick me in a fucking loony bin. I am normally in when the social worker comes, not because I know that they're coming, but because I am normally in during the day. We don't normally have enough money to go out drinking all of the day as well as the evening, which we have been doing a lot of recently, but with regards to the parachute jump, I don't know how she knew about that, but I'm pretty sure our friend Mr. Martin had something to do with it. It's because of the money.
What money?
The money Mr. Martin gave us.
The man you don't know who gave you money.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, it was about a month ago when me and Dave were sitting around in the flat, minding our own business, and got this phone call. Now, I didn't take it. Mike did. So I don't know what was said, but apparently there was this bloke called Mr. Martin who wanted to come round and see us. Well, Mike didn't want to appear rude, so he said that was fine. I remember at the time that it was a bit worrying for me because I thought he could be a gangster. He kept calling himself Mr. When he came round to the flat, he was, well, completely respectable. Wore a suit, even carried a briefcase. He gave us some money and then said when we accomplished a few tasks, he'd give us some more. Well, we didn't have a fucking clue who he was, but
we decided to go along with it. Anyway, we had to think about things and we even thought about giving the money back, but then we decided to borrow a little bit, because we were skint and all, but before you knew it, we started drinking all day and got pissed and took the lot. That's when we started to do things that we wouldn't normally do, like parachuting and whitewater rafting. Then the next thing I knew, police are bashing in our door, putting us in a car. Mike's going to the police station, I'm coming here. So you can understand why I'm a bit fucking confused. I mean, for one thing, why am I here and Mike's at the police station?
No one's at the police station.
Look, I just fucking told you, Mike's at the police station.
The police only picked up one person at your flat, and that's the only person who lives at your flat. You.
What?
You were the only person we picked up at your flat, and we brought you straight here.
Are you trying to drive me fucking mental?
Nobody's trying to do anything, I'm just telling you what happened.
Look, I live in the flat with Mike. Mike and I were both taken together.
Your name is Mike. You live on your own.
My name's Dave, it's not fucking Mike. I live with Mike.
You're not very well at the moment, Mike. That's why you've been brought back here. Dave is just someone you've created to help you through a hard time. You have an illness called schizophrenia, and I'm here to help you live with that illness.
This is a head trip I don't need, especially with a hangover coming on. Actually, when I think about it, maybe this doctor isn't playing a game. See, I did move into the flat after Mike, so as far as our landlord's concerned, there is only one person in the flat. And regarding the doctor thinking that I've got schizophrenia, well, she would, wouldn't she? Because I say I do. Still, there are some things that just don't make sense. I mean, why is Mike still at the police station? When I think about it, I'm sure that Mr. Martin is setting us up for something. I just don't know what. I think the doctor's on the level, though. She's all right. Yeah. And what I do know is that I've got to go and see Mike. So, I'm going to come clean to the dot. I'm going to tell her everything. I'm not a schizo, I just pretend to be like that to get the sick pay. Probably end up in court. God, they might take away my benefits. I might have to work. Get a proper job. God, that doesn't even bear thinking about. Still, here goes. I'm not Mike. I'm Dave. I don't have schizophrenia. I just pretend to.
Pretend?
Yes. To claim benefits.
You pretend to have schizophrenia to claim benefits?
Yes.
Do you mind explaining that to me?
It's very simple. I don't have schizophrenia. I just pretend. All right, look, I met a mate of mine called Tom. We always had enough money to buy the drinks and a roof over his head because he was a nutter. He even cut his fingers off one day because he didn't think they were his. No idea whose he thought they were, but he thought they weren't his.
I think they were mine.
Could you leave us now, please, Frank? I need to talk to Michael on his own. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah, so Tom, anyway. Next time I met him, he was fine and he had a roof over his head. He was buying us the drinks all day. So I thought,
Hey, better to be mentally ill than actually have a proper job. So, then I decided to fake the symptoms of schizophrenia. But I assure you, I'm completely sane.
Michael, you're the one who severed his fingers.
What? What are you talking about?
You did. It was a few years ago.
I think you'll find I've got all my fingers.
Luckily, you were found in time to sew them back on.
Oh, don't be fucking ridiculous.
Look at your fingers. You can still see the scars.
I've always had those scars.
Those scars go all around every finger. How else do you get scars like that?
I was wrong. The doctor is in on it. They're trying to drive me out of my fucking mind. If you're trying to drive me crazy, I'm warning you, it won't work. Next thing you'll be telling me that this Mr. Martin's some figment of my imagination. Well, if he is, then how come I got the cash to do all the things that I did, eh? And this thing with the police. Why come bashing down the door? If you were really worried about me, why not just knock on the door and talk to me?
As for who Mr. Martin is and where you got the money from, I honestly don't know. But nobody bashed down your door. The police came round with your social worker, and they did knock on your door. However, you didn't answer. They knew you were in because they could hear you talking. So they tried the door, and it was open. They went in and saw you talking to yourself. They tried to speak to you, but you just kept giggling.
No, that's not true.
I can assure you it is, Mike.
My name's not Mike, it's Dave.
Your name is Mike, and I should know because I've known you since you were a child.
No, you haven't.
I have. I have been your doctor ever since your mother died. When you were just a boy, you were found lying on a bed next to her. She'd been dead for over a week. She died of leukemia. She never saw a doctor because she was agoraphobic. You were the only person who lived with her, and you were the only person who saw her die.
That wasn't me, that was a kid in our village called Ben.
That was you, Mike.
That wasn't fucking me! That was Ben!
Sit down, Mike.
That wasn't me. That was Ben. He was a retarded lad I used to pick on.
You weren't retarded, Mike. You were socially inept and lacking a formal education, which wasn't your fault. It was to be expected given the circumstances of your upbringing. You were just a little boy doing your best to look after your mother. When she died, you didn't know what to do. So you just lay down next to her. When you were found, you were badly malnourished, and you were suffering severe dehydration. You were taken into care, but you were suffering from serious trauma, and that's when you were brought to me. It was my job to counsel you. I got you through the worst of it. I really thought you were going to be okay. You did well at school, went on to college, got your A-levels, went on to university. Unfortunately, while you were there, you discovered drink and drugs. The next thing I knew, you'd had a breakdown and severed your fingers. So you became my patient again, here at this hospital. I got you through it again, found your little flat, and that's where you've been ever since. So don't you worry, Mike. This is just a temporary relapse. going to get you better again. You're going to have to stay here a little while longer, but we'll soon have you well again.
It's not true. My name's not Mike. It's Dave. Where's Mike? What have you done with him? I know this is a setup. Where's Mr. Martin? I know he's here. My mum's not dead. That was Ben. He was a retarded lad. I used to pick on him. Wait a minute. Is that what this is about? I get it now. Yeah. Ben didn't die. Ben is Mr. Martin. It all makes sense. Look, I'm sorry, Ben. I know what I did to you was wrong, but if you put a stop to this now, I'll make it up to you, I promise. I'm sorry, Ben. My name's not Mike. It's Dave. D-A-V-E. Dave.
Listen to me, Mike. You're not Dave. You remember me? You've known me for a long while.
What's going on here? Do you mind telling me what this is all about?
I think you know exactly what this is all about.
What part of, do you mind telling me what this is all about? Makes you think I know exactly what this is all about.
I'm here to help you. Come on, Mike. You remember me?
I'm just giving an honest response to the random cop cliches you keep spouting.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you know really what's going on. Come on, Mike, you remember? You were always clever.
Here we go with the clever business again. I mean, I think I must be missing something here, because as far as I'm concerned, I've yet to refer to myself as the next Einstein.
Take a look at this picture, Mike. Come on, Mike, stay with me. Mike, come on. Come on, take a look at this picture. Mike, are you listening to me? Come on, look at the picture, Mike. That's it, look at the picture. Do you know who this is a picture of? So you don't know this person? Come on, take a closer look.
No, never seen him before in my life.
That's a picture of you, Mike.
Don't you get it, mate? She's not getting up. Come on, you spaz. Let's go.
Shut up, Mike. You're just a bully.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, what about that spaz kid's pencil topper we nicked?
How are you feeling today, Mike?
My name's not Mike. It's Dave.
I found your Mr. Martin.
Have you?
I've spoken to your neighbour.
What?
Your neighbour, Mr. Daniel Martin.
What?
He's been worried about you. He said he used to look out for you. He used to help you into your flat when you were too inebriated. He even helped you to bed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he even put food in your fridge to make sure you were eating.
We had eggs in our fridge this morning.
did you put him in there?
I think he's the man you've been worried about. But there's no need to worry, he's just a very nice man who used to help you.
You're lying.
I'm not. He told me he even loaned money to you. He phoned you to see if he could come and see you. He came round to your flat and he offered you some money to help you get the place cleaned up and get some food in. Do you remember?
No.
Well, I think he's your Mr. Martin, don't you?
No.
But there's no need to worry about Mr. Martin. He's just a friend.
Off licenses should deliver. Yeah. They should. Put the telly on, mate. It's on already. Oh, yeah. What's on? I don't know. I've not been following it.
Are you all right, Mike?
I pinned my hopes in a future, like martyrs to a tree, where they haven't yet built their religion that can hold me. I had tomorrow, heard the same thing yesterday. Mother, why did you raise me this way? Each night I go to sleep the way a Christian goes to lies. God can take my body, I'm leaving my soul to science. I'm sure he had a plan, man, but something's gonna glay. Mother, why did you raise me this way? Or is it just stained glass? I've changed my face so many times. Wish I could change the past. There are more epithets than cigarettes stubbed out in my ashtray. Mother, why did you raise me this way? I'm a gentleman, charlatan, perused from a poison pen. Lately made a big mistake. Told the truth inside a fake. Friends are all long gone. There's none left to betray. Mother, why did you raise me this way? An angel close, but always gagged and bound. Will someone please let me know the way off this misery go round? I wanna see the spin on me in St. Peter's dossier. Oh, mother, why did you raise me this way? I'm told there'll be no jobs till somebody dies. Well, a salary's just another word for consolation prize. So I'm plodding through perdition like some latter-day Dante. Mother, why did you raise me this way? Now I've told you all my thoughts, but I still haven't seen that penny. You asked if there were bad times. Yeah, many. I long to say I love you, but it's such a damn cliche. Mama, why did you raise me this way?